Yeah, I was just watching something on the media, right? It's titled, what is it called? I'm gonna start giving these things out like this when I do these quickies. It was live from the White House briefing with Jen Psaki and Ann Newberger, maybe. And this is on Reuters, and I guess it's streaming now. Today, what is today? All right, March 21st. All right, so there's that Satan energy right there that's still looking at me on that card. 420 through 22. I don't know why that. I mean, I know why I put that because I was writing a note down and I put the date, but the way I wrote it down, it looks more like chapter 4, like in the biblical text, it looks more like chapter 4, 20 through 21 or 22. So there's some dealings going on right now that I don't know. It seemed like it kind of like a deal with the devil kind of energy. But I noticed that she said something about like Israel and all this stuff about unity. And she's saying that I don't know who they're talking about, but I guess they're saying that somebody got bipartisan support 3 times. And I wonder, because I'll be reading between the headlines. I wonder if that's them trying to make some kind of accusation as if they've given to. Now, listen, I mean, people may not see me as I see. People may not see themselves as prominent people within this change that's going on this planet. I do. I see myself as a mega fucking power that's being underlooked, that could do amazing things with the right people, that will go on to do great things with amazing people once all these people are out of the way. But this is not the first time where I felt like, now I can, just the way that I've been given, I can see, all right? I feel like plenty of times these people have been speaking as if some kind of support, whether it's any kind of support, spiritual, physical, financial, any kind of support. I feel like lots of times the government is saying that they're giving support to certain people that they've never given a dime to. They've never even sat down and had a face-to-face meeting with. They've never even tried to ignite. They only watch. They watch from the sidelines. They take information. They take ideas. They take things like this. And then they sit there and say that they gave something to somebody. I don't know who she's talking about on here. All right. But I feel like low key sources telling me they're talking about somebody like you. A person, if it's not your for your purpose, right? It's somebody that's doing something like what you're doing, okay? Whatever, they lying, okay? And if they're not lying, they know for a fact that they're sending something to somebody, and they know that it's getting into the hands of someone else that's not that person, and they know that this person is not getting not a damn thing. This is what this make me think. Now, again, this could be a spinoff, and let's see who she's talking about. Let's see. Been confirmed 3 times with bipartisan. Hold on, let's see who she's talking about. Ukraine, Middle East. Fertilizer. In the United States. Because they know many people are not reading between the headlines, right? So this is the way that they're being able to get over on a lot of people in a lot of situations right now. That's not a priority to them. The priority to them. Now let's go see what the priority to them is. G7, multilateral, whatever, the UN, da 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 da. So she's sitting here talking about unity. There's unity amongst all these other things. But what the United States Incorporated, the 10-mile radius there in Washington, D.C., in the east of this garden, is failing to realize is they are in cahoots with everybody but the American people. Now, let's get that. Who else, we can raise our hands, feels as though there's something wrong with this? I told you guys a year ago, months ago, that something has been hijacked here. Matter of fact, I think that G7, I think I did a video on that with the biblical text, and it says something. I think we were referring to the 7 horns, okay? If this is okay, now if this is they're saying going to what they're giving, they know for a fact that they're doing this with a doppelganger. They know they're doing this with somebody that's in the likeness of God or his people. They know they're doing this with Son of Man energy. Is benefiting them. It just made me think about how, again, why they let all these illegal immigrants in. One, because people are building. They're building here, okay? And they're also building, more than likely, possibly, I think some of the people are coming up into the north, but they're also building in the south. These three feminine energies that may be, again, in possibly New York, okay? But southern energies of these feminine energies that have stolen ideas, possibly, these are covetous women that have gone in and used sorcery and Jezebel energy to pull energy away from men that belong to other women, finances from these men, to bring these men to their knees in order to be able to rise above them. Now, there's a certain way to be able to do that. We could talk matriarchal, but again, to lie and cheat, and then which in turn, these men have learned how to lie and cheat and steal and go do this to other women, other indigenous women and other women that should be being brought up to the playing field right now. Okay. It's each one teach one. We were talking about that in the indigenous community not that long ago, but something was lost here. All of the wealth and everything is ended up and that's that satanic energy. They were seeking to see who they can devour, right? With all this retina energy and all this shit, finding out everything they need to know about a person, their weaknesses and things to bring families down to their knees. And we blame this on the white man. But I'm telling you right now, it's people that look like you and don't look like you that are a part of this. It is just that. There's a hierarchy and low caste. There are older energies. There are old world energies that just don't participate in trashy behavior. And then there's some, again, like I said, the Islamic and Moorish energy that came in on those indigenous original American peoples. Okay. And they were the sneaks. They're the sneaky Pete's, the Seven of Swords, walking off with your stuff. You see what I'm saying? Okay. And so, and maybe even, I'm even thinking like the King of Wands here, because sword energy is Moorish energy. It's the but it's also Sumerai or Ya or Japanese energy to me too. But it has not the Saracens, but goodness. Who I'm talking about, the guys with the red hats, they got the sword on the top. But it's still the Moorish, it's still the red hats. It's still the red hats. You see what I'm saying? It's still that. Fools rush in. I'm just telling you, it's still more of that energy. They're just confusing us by giving these different names and projecting images that don't match what's really going on in the world. This is why everybody is at a loss. There needs to be order in the court. That is the job of Sekhmet when it comes to the Pentagon energy or someone who is a defense energy. And then it also is about, I'll say ISIS, but more Mayat. Bringing order, restoring order. Restoring order. Order out of chaos. So that's even making me, I don't know why I'm seeing 33, okay? But order out of chaos. And it's all about the slain lamb, which is George, y'all could go back and look at those videos, okay? George Floyd and that energy of that whole, act. Because a lot of these are acts from acts that have been done in the biblical text and then in real life. Okay. So it's always given a projection of something to hide what's really going on behind the scenes. These people know exactly who those of us who have been born to rule, to reign. And they just think that they have a hand or a leg up because they have had, from their foreign fathers, they have had assistance to be able to run around the country and do whatever they want to do and take men and take family members and, call DCFS on people to get children taken away and just whatever. These are corrupt individuals. They're satanic. I'm going to continue to use Satan when it's talking about devouring and consumerism and cannibalism and all of these things. Everything those things are appropriate when they're done in an orderly fashion. But when people use those things in order to subdue other people and bring themselves up, that is a problem, especially when it's talking about Americans. That's my main fucking priority at the end of the day. How you got a government that's worried about unity with all of these nations and all of these groups and all of these corporations, and they don't never think about the American fucking people. It makes no sense to me. Today, yesterday, ever, the whole time I've been doing this, it makes no sense. And now these people are basically sitting what they feel like is at the top, right? Visually, right? But spiritually, and they're dead. Spiritually, they're dead. One may say, I feel some kind of way because, again, being left out in a cold, but it's another, there's a sense of something around me. There's an orb or aura around me that does not let any of this affect me. It just makes me do my job and do a little bit more research and dig a little bit deeper and share more things. And there's things that are going to start coming out that are going to surprise people. And I'm just chilling right now, but I'm just saying, I feel like now that they're even bringing up Israel is because they know I know what the fuck I know. So again, at the end of the day, I'm trying to be fair here. But God knows what God does, and there's somebody else that knows the secrets of God. It's the other portion of God that is the living being on this earth right now that they're trying to cover up. They're surveilling and they're watching 24 fucking hours a day. But at the end of the day, they don't do any of this because they think that they're going to win with this shit, and it's not going to happen. We're going to see some changes. We're going to start seeing some changes. I went back to this hermit card because this is my first deck with a hermit card with this this feminine energy here. But I feel like this feminine energy represents one of my masculine connections. Okay, it's not a connection, but it's just like these are people that we have been tethered to. I don't know how, why, who did it, whatever, to teach each other lessons, to something like this. Okay. Some of us learn the lessons and some of the people don't learn the lessons. And it seemed like those people are winning at this time, but they will not win in the end. Yeah, this hermit energy. This makes me think about a masculine energy, cloaked, a feminine energy with the outer cloaking of a male, meaning that there's a feminine energy that's housing the body of men sometimes. Okay. And this person, again, they would probably be wearing something like this on their head here. They would be using something like this wand here, this sharp something to penetrate something here. You see this? Something in the earth. All right. Very sneaky, I'm just paying attention here. We're talking usury. We're talking about trees in this energy. We're talking about, and these people, again, somebody is choosing not to indict these people here. But I feel like some of what they're doing is good. It is. They're choosing to remove the cornerstone for no reason. They don't like God's people because they know that that's the source. For no reason. So that's why they've used all this time to try to drag or crucify. Because we'll have to be honest about religious factors. We'll have to be honest about the church and why we've been misled. We'll have to be honest about a feminine energy being the presence of God on this earth. We'll have to be honest about things that we have been taught. We have been educated, which means trained to see things one way. So again, if you don't know who you are or where you come from, you don't know where the hell you're going. So at the end of the day, this is a universal issue. But I just don't like the fact that they're talking about unity, but you're leaving out major communities. This is causing some type of genocide. This is causing some kind of paper genocide. This is causing some kind of lackness with some certain people. Okay, so it was never really about indigenous community building with some of these individuals that came into the indigenous community. It was about building for themselves and, again, making their daddies proud, which just happened to be, and that's no problem because all of us have foreign energy in us, right? But I'm saying when their agenda and they're being bought and paid for by these particular people in order to come up over because again, I feel like sometimes most American, I don't know, most American so-called black people don't even know the true story of our past. They still think they from Africa. So it's like a rock and a hard place here. Okay. And I feel like the ones that have been able to rise have been cloaking themselves as just indigenous people, but they actually have always been funded and catered to by the certain administrations or some kind of shadow governing energy, in order to be able to be prepared to defeat those that may be a little bit more ignorant, like I said, when it comes to certain things. But then also there has been some of us that have been raised up to be seers to be able to see through that particular type of thing. So again, everybody should be playing their part. Everybody is playing a part for a larger something. But I just feel like it's sad that they attack Israel. I think it's sad that they attack the people that are good-hearted and kind-hearted, in order to win. When I really feel like that's unnecessary. See, so they're afraid of your shine. They're afraid of what you can bring to the table. And how is that when you're coming to building? And that's why nothing that they're building is going to stand firm. It's almost just like letting somebody play with your toys and they've been playing with them for a long time. And you're okay with them playing, but one day you're going to want your fucking toys back. So again, it's just the same thing. I just look at it as, like I said, bone collector energy, because there is a presence of coming up along with like-hearted and like-minded people that will not stop until we get it back. You see what I'm saying? So again, there's this whole energy with this twin flame journey and stuff like this and this, but I feel like a lot of that was a distraction for some of us high priestesses and the empress and shit like that. And some of us, it was just really a distraction. And some of us got it a little bit harder than others did. Okay. And then the rest are going to fall where they may, where it looks better. That's where they're going to go. Right. That they're going to go where they seem like it, where they see fit. But I feel like there will be order. This will not go. I don't know why I'm hearing 7 years or something like that. It could be 1 year, 7 year, 2 year, whatever. But I'm just saying, I feel like 7 months it could be. I don't know. I feel like there's something with the number 7 here. That there's going to be hardship and there's going to be possibly droughts and things like that because of what these people are doing. And because they won't correct what they've done immediately. They're still taking their time to correct what they're taking their time to do everything that's right to the right people. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. They may see it as easy being the empress or being an energy that had more so is someone that uses their voice in a time where we are on social media and this is what people are doing. Many people are not getting in groups anymore, but there's some that are building. That's okay. Those are the worker horses. Right? They feel like they above, but they're the worker horses. And they're going to be the ones that's going to be brought down low in the end. Once everybody realizes that we have all been deceived with divisive and tactics and using things like race and wealth and things like that to divide people in order to conquer. Distractions. Like fake wars and shit like that. You understand what I'm saying? When the real war is on humanity. It's on you and me. The same thing they did to higher ups, they're doing it so as above, so below, on earth as it is in heaven. They're just doing things to make sure that they can keep you trapped or in a snare, right? So if you want to get out of line, they will expose you. Or they can turn the media against you. Or they can turn tarot readers against you. Or they can turn indigenous people in the community against you. Or they can turn truthers against you. You see what I'm saying? It's about a wave. It's about currency, the current flow of things and frequency. It's forever changing. You're either on that side, the good side, the so-called good side of God, or the bad side. Or the evil or devil. Just either or. So. A lot of things are looking real nice on the outside, but rotten to the core. A lot of things are looking physically really bad when it comes to these bombings, but it's really what they're doing to the people. Bombarding the people with these wicked things that they're doing behind the scenes to us in order to have an advantage over us. To get you into these ships or relationships or blackmail you. You see what I'm saying? It's sad. But all these things that they're doing to us is going to be done to them. And I can't wait. I want to start seeing some shit leak out about people on mass media that are shady, people in the government that are shady. I'm telling you, people are going to start dropping dead. It's going to happen. They're not going to report on it, but it's going to be happening. Murder is the case that they gave a lot of people. This is coming from the universe. This is coming from that something here. So you can say God is good all the time, but that's a damn lie. And you know it. These people are going to be handled. Just the same way they're trying to have you with handlers and handle you, they're going to be handled.